is on my mind this morning.
No, tell me. I'm keen to hear what's on your mind this morning.
So on my mind this morning, this matter of the political debates and national debates and the PNP's blacklisting of myself and my colleagues here at Nationwide News Network. So, George and listeners, though under these unfortunate circumstances, that's how I'll describe it, I'm glad that this matter is now wide open in the public domain. I'm glad about that. I'm happy about that. Because I must admit, I was ignorant of the practice wherein politicians were given a say in which practitioners could pose questions or moderate the debates. And that practice, to my mind, only spoils the integrity of the process, because I question, how is the commission giving room to those expected to respond to the questions the option of choosing who questions them? I don't know how the approach has worked in the past, but this time it has turned into what we have here now, an ugly episode. An episode where the PNP has come to the table, rejecting the participation of Nationwide News Network practitioners and basically giving the commission an ultimatum. A position it placed in writing in a press statement and released broadly. A statement that names me and my colleagues. And I thought, look at what a bad process of giving politicians a say has caused. A political party demanding the removal of journalists, or else no participation from their side. And this sort of restriction to journalistic independence by politicians has no place in our democracy. A democracy where practitioners must be able to ask questions without anyone being singled out and restricted by politicians auditioning for the very jobs we want to ask them about. And the lesson here, to my mind, is obvious. The Jamaica Debates Commission, their approach to panelist selection should solely be the body's decision. When the list is compiled, you send it out to the political parties, and that's that. This bending over backwards cheapens the process and has this year placed my colleagues and I in this unfortunate position. I mean, George, yesterday there was even the contemplation about whether we still wear our shirts or caps. Of course, I was fully branded, and I remained so because I'm firm on not being bullied. My colleague Ricardo faced quite the heckling. I found out yesterday afternoon during his assignment, an expletive-laden verbal attack while simply trying to do his job as the consummate professional he is. And what is forgotten in matters like these? People's lives. The higher-ups of parties may call out people's names, and it's expected that they, the higher-ups, won't do certain things. It's not quite the same for those on the ground who are their followers. They, the followers, translate whatever you say, how they want to translate it. And some are charged and ready to unleash. And the indirect or direct creation of an environment like this through, your narrative and perception crafting is dangerous for practitioners simply trying to do their jobs. And this morning, the PNP is not on the right side of this matter. They're not. And clearly the JDC selection practice, approach, strategy needs changing. And this has also made me reflect on how much more Jamaican practitioners need to stand together. Too often they try to pit us against each other or separate us. And we don't come together and push back hard enough, and that needs to change. What I'll say this morning, that I sit in a very good place with my conscience because I practice a journalism where one sits off news value and due diligence has been done. It's reported with fairness. Those are the guiding principles of this organization. That's how we do it here at Nationwide News Network. I'm a professional. Many of you, I wouldn't give the time of day in my personal capacity because you aren't good people. Some of you have certainly not demonstrated that publicly. I'm a good person. On and off the screen, on and off the record, every day of the week, and twice on Sundays. But I don't sit here in my personal capacity. I sit here in a professional one, seeking to get the job done properly, regardless of who you are. And in my professional capacity, it's about Jamaica. It's about giving voice to the issues. It's about the news. It's about the people. And that for me is never practiced from a partisan lens. When the books are written, if I make it there, onto those pages, I'll be on the right side of history. And to the many DMs yesterday, my gosh, George, it's the most humbling reminder that the work we do here at Nationwide News Network is received. There is...
You're one day?
Yes. And you're right. I just glimpsed over at it. There is a lot of noise, but we keep focused. And that is what's on my mind.